tell, so gotta wait a minute. Anyone who might be seeing this, hello everybody! Gotta do some stalling tactics while I find out if I'm actually streaming or not. It says my stream health is in the green, so maybe I'm streaming now. Hello to anyone who might be seeing this. Obviously there's no one in the audience right now, so I have no way of knowing if this is being seen. But, you know, hoping for the best. I think I am streaming now, so hello to anyone who might be seeing this live, which is no one, but to anyone who might be watching this in archived, howdy hey there everybody. Now, I'm going to be doing a couple of things in this stream here tonight. I have a few things I want to go over. Right now, like I said, it's stalling tactics just while I get myself ready. I'm not a good streamer, I apologize. That this could be a lot better, and I realized that. I was hoping to do some gaming streams tonight, and that just didn't work out. Still got no one watching now, so I don't want to jump into everything right away. Anyone who might be watching this on archived, there is an annotation on screen for when I actually jump into what's really happening. For now, I'm going to go over what I'll be talking about in this video, because, you know, briefly go over, and even I'll put annotations up to the different points in the video on the different points, and there'll be lots of annotations, and it'll be funky, I promise. Sorry, I'm not great live. This is why I'm not a streamer. Anyway, everybody out there, thank you for joining me on this, my Halloween stream. You might have seen some of the stream clips earlier, either on this channel, The Dragon Projects, or on Network Studios. That's Frankie's channel. I'm going to be going over some of what I've spoken about already, so I'm sorry if you hear me repeating myself, if it seems like it's recycled content or anything like that. It's just, this is the big one. This is like, I'm going to put everything that's been spoken about briefly tonight, I'm going to be talking about in more detail now. And on top of that as well, I've lots of things planned. I already cocked up one thing. One thing I wanted to do was, I wanted to be, like, looking at my Batmask video during this stream, and I should have set the stream up differently to be able to do that, so I'm actually going to have to end the stream to do that. But anyway, that'll be a different thing entirely. A couple of the things I'm going to be talking about tonight in this stream. Like I said, if you can tell by the title, this is a live Q&A, so anyone who shows up can feel free to ask me anything they want. I mean, I wish I could... Oh, there's the chat. There is the chat. I wonder if anyone's in the chat. No, 0 watching, that's fine. I don't mind doing a performance for no audience at all. It's like doing a video. Oh, I should turn on my, that's my on-air light. Every good studio has an on-air light, so, like a recording studio. Professionals, they have an on-air light, so I like to have one too. Pretend I'm professional. And that's one thing I really try to do here in the Dragon Projects, is pretend I'm professional. I said I was going to go over talk about the different portions of the video, but I don't think that's really happening, and there'll still be annotations to the different portions. But one thing I mentioned earlier that I'll go over again now is that I said I want this to be a live, raw, and uncut kind of thing. Normally I do a lot to edit my videos, to take what I've recorded and really refine them down to... I try to get them down to the best parts, but more so I just try to add in jokes in post, and I try to make the videos look better and sound better. I even take off any breathing down the mic that might happen. I feel like the quality of the audio on this stream's probably not up to scratch with what everyone's used to hearing from me. I'm not a streamer. This is my inaugural YouTube stream. There's been a couple earlier today, but they were just test streams and saying hello to everyone to let them know this was happening. So yeah, I'm not a streamer by nature, so I apologize for quality loss, for any frames that might be dropping, for the fact that I already cocked up a few things and that I'm rambling on and that this isn't incredibly entertaining. I apologize for all that. So let's move on with the night. And I'll stop with that, because it's not even self-deprecating humor. I'm literally just apologizing for being as bad as I am. Anyway, yeah, one of the things I try to do here in the Dragon Projects is pretend I'm professional. For a while I had Newton balls up. They're those little clicky-clacky beads. And I wanted to get one of those dippy birds. I have a little... I won't turn my camera around now because I have it in a nice position and I can't really see it to see if I've gotten it back right. But I have like a framed picture on my desk. Everyone has, you know, a businessman. Everyone has a framed picture of their family or whatever on their desk. Remind them what they're working for. I have like a little framed picture of Michael Cera I'll show that in a video at some point. Next time I'll go over my studio in one of these streams and show everyone all the different equipment I use, like I did in that one video that time. Yeah, what I work towards is being like a second class Michael Cera. And yeah, I try to be professional as much as I can. I have a lighting system now which I'm not using for this video. Gonna turn my on-air light off because it's low on battery. I have my bat signal up there. That's not really me trying to be professional, but like the backdrop in general is me trying to be professional. I've got like a nice little centerpiece here in my mantle. I've got a mantelpiece behind me in general. I do all these like minor things to try and make my room feel like a studio, and not just a studio but also a set. Like a set, when I say a backdrop, I mean everything that's there has been placed in a very particular place for particular reasons, and I've gone over those in different videos, annotations to those videos now. But yeah, to me, like, I just like pretending I'm a professional. It's fun. Yeah, that's a big part of what I try to do here on the channel. And one thing I mentioned earlier, in keeping with the live raw and uncut thing, I mentioned it in a different video, is that I very much play a character here on my channel. Hashtag CJ McKay is a character. And I don't think a lot of people realise that, because, to be quite frank, so much of me seeps into that character. I mean, it's not like I'm just completely doing this fake persona. It is me. But how I view hashtag CJ McKay is that I've taken all my neuroses and all the things I don't necessarily like about myself, or the things that are unlikable about me, and I've dumped them all into this character. And I don't necessarily think he's an unlikable character for those reasons, but hashtag CJ McKay is a character. It's more, not so a character, but a caricature of me. It's like almost like if I was a cartoon, or if I was a fictional character, like I try to portray myself as. If anyone has a look at my Patreon, I'm not mentioning my Patreon to go spend money on it. Please, no one go spend money on my Patreon. Don't endorse this madness. But I put a lot of effort into writing that whole thing in character. And one big thing about hashtag CJ McKay, the hashtag CJ McKay persona, is I try to portray him as a fictional character who exists in the world of fiction. I've hinted in the past that maybe hashtag CJ McKay is a robot. I do that in my Patreon as a callback to the early days of me and All RJ playing Portal Pals together. There was like an underlying theme that my character in that series might be a robot, and I kept it up for a little while, but not as strong as I did in that series ever. That was like my first series here on the channel, Portal Pals, me and All RJ. All RJ really, I'm gonna get a shout out to him. He kind of started me on my way on the YouTube side of things. I was like a writer slash wannabe stand-up comedian, which I still am. But All RJ was like the person who I met who was like, hey, maybe take those things and put them online, because that's what people do in these days. And he was right. He was really very right, because I'm so happy doing YouTube stuff now. It's like, I feel like I've become a YouTuber more than I have anything else, except maybe a writer, because I still do a lot of writing. And like I said, hashtag CJ McKay is a character. Back to that, and this time to the side. Yeah, so it's not that I could play this completely fake persona, but I do try to play a caricature of myself. The whole desperately wanting to be famous and constantly trying to be hip and young with the kids, and like when I used to do Bill Cosby impressions, and I stopped doing those for obvious reasons. But the obvious reasons I stopped doing the Bill Cosby references is because culturally, when I started my channel, Bill Cosby was viewed as someone who kind of desperately tried to stay relevant long beyond the golden era of his career. And I tried to play a character like that, so I do the impression to try draw the comparisons between them. But as time went on, I won't talk about why, but Bill Cosby and how people felt about him and the media's portrayal of him and people's perception of him changed. And I don't want to be a taboo comedian, or it's not what I tried to be. I was trying to be, desperately trying to be relevant, and the joke would have stopped being that if I had kept doing Bill Cosby impressions. But again, my Portal Pal series, full of Bill Cosby impressions. Oh, it's painful to watch. It really is, especially for me as an entertainer who I feel like I've grown since then in terms of, not maturity, and I haven't really gotten better as a writer, or an entertainer, but I feel like my editing skills have gotten better and they help me be a better entertainer. Editing's a huge part of what I do, and it's why I don't do streaming nearly as much as I do videos, because editing, like I said, I put a lot of post jokes, post effect jokes into my videos. And now I'm getting red on my stream health, which is not good. I feel like I'm probably not moving around very much for people. I apologize for this really bad quality. This is again another reason I'm not a streamer, but again, I'm gonna try stop talking about that. I just want to apologize for the fact that I'm probably like sitting still and maybe no one can even hear all of this. I really am sorry. Back on to hashtag CJ McKay, the character of. So yeah, the character I play has grown over the years, but one thing I've really tried to keep doing with it is the desperately trying to be young and hip with the kids and relevant beyond the golden era of my career, which hasn't even happened yet. It's a strange choice. And that's a big part of it, and like a big part of it as well is why I view it as a character of myself, is I'm pretty much obsessed with pop culture and science fiction and comic books and nerddom in general. I was raised by television, so all my references are to do with sitcoms, and it's not a good thing really. But I dump all those neuroses into the character, and I try to in real life I don't draw everything back to comic books the way I do in my videos. But I have a lot of fun talking like that. It's a big part of who I am. So I try to refine that and only do it on the channel. That way it doesn't... I'm not like this weird, bizarre person who can only experience real life through the narrow lens of fiction. I try to do that only on my channel to avoid it becoming who I am in real life. So I get the nice balance of like who I like to be in private, but I get to do that on my channel. And then I get the good balance of being a healthy individual in real life. Again, very sorry for the fact that my stream health is in red. I have one person watching now. I don't know who that might be, but hello to anyone who is in the chat. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry my stream health's in the red. That is a problem. I wish I could say I was trying to fix it, or the team of technicians that I refer to here in the Dragon Project sometimes are trying to fix it, but I really don't know what to do. It's just there's very little I can do about it. So I apologize for the drop in stream rate and stuff like that. Anyway, moving on. Hello, Tarflame and Game, or Tarflame and H or Tarflame H as you are now, as your YouTube name is. I should refer to that to you as that, as opposed to the name I first met you in all those months or over a year ago now in the charity channel stream. You've joined me halfway through talking about some stuff, Tarflame. I'm sure maybe you'll have a look at that later, but what I have been talking about up until now is the character, or caricature, of hashtag CJ McKay, how it differs from me as a real person, and how it actually is very much still who I am, even though it's a character. A big thing I've been talking about too is how I try to pretend to be a professional here. Like I said, sometimes I refer to the team of technicians who are working on things in the background of the Dragon projects. Or sometimes I look off camera like there's a director there. There's no one there. There's never anyone there. It's always me making a joke to an empty room. In my head, the joke is like you can't hear the director, but there's no one else. It's all me. I really try to give this illusion that the Dragon Project's a real communal project, and I try to make it that as much as possible. I try to work with other YouTubers as much as I can, and I try to get help from real professionals as often as I can with my videos. Most of the time, like 99% of it's me. Yeah, the stream is kind of choppy at the moment, but sound is good. I'm really glad to hear the sound is good, because I figured the stream would be choppy no matter what I do, but as long as you can hear me, I'm happy. I apologize for the choppy stream. This is why I'm not a streamer, Tarflame. I've said it a few times in the video. I'm not good at this. My laptop's not good enough to stream, and I'm not good enough as an entertainer to be live unless I have, like, an audience. But now I have you. Oh, it just completely stopped for you. Now, did the visual or did the audio? The visual or audio. Sure, this is fascinating to watch for anyone watching in archived. Took me a while to think of that there. Oh, I just noticed, Tarflame, you're using the banner I made you. I love that. I forgot I made you that for you. Boat stopped working for you. Damn, okay. Gonna restart. Okay. Dippity-boo. And hopefully we will be back live now in just a moment, Dragon Projects. I'm hoping this is gonna work out. I think I may be live again. Hopefully you can hear me, Tarflame. We'll see how it goes. You should be able to see me and then the Dragon Project thingamabobby up here. Don't know how that's gonna go, but you know, I'm working on it, the Tarflame. I promise you. I'm gonna ask you in chat now. I can't even. It won't let me say anything in chat. How can you hear me now? Hopefully it's. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Welcome everyone to part 2 of this Q&A stream. I don't know how many parts there will be. Jesus, I've already fucked up part 2. Oh my god, I'm cursing already and blaspheming. This is a travesty. Oh god. I can't speak. I don't know how many parts there'll be. It all comes down to how many times the stream fails. It's all falling apart. It's unraveling before your eyes, Tarflame. I don't even know if you're still here with me. Apparently 2 people are watching now, 2 whole viewers. Hey, I don't have to refer to my audience as viewer. Oh, he can't hear me though. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming and see how this goes. So much for part 2. Hopefully we are back again. Welcome back to part 2, take 2, everybody who might be seeing this. Thank you for joining me. Really trying to get the streaming side of things working. Hopefully it will. Tarflame said he's refreshed. I've refreshed too. Oh, I think it looks like it's working now. Think I may have. Oh, it just started working. Okay, Tarflame. That's because I kind of I started the stream a second time. I'm not. Yeah, I should be. I've got the Dragon Projects logo up there looking all nice and I'm down in the corner. I feel like if I'm down in the corner that might help. I'm hoping so anyway. So welcome Tarflame and anyone else who might be here now or who might be watching an archived to part 2 of the live Q&A, my Halloween special here in the Dragon Projects. You're joining me, #CJ McKay, or tonight you can just refer to me as Kieran McKay. Because today and tonight I'm out of character. This is a live, raw and uncut video. Up until now, I've been talking about the differences between me, the person, Kieran McKay, and the character, #CJ McKay, who I portray here on my channel. If you want to go look back at that, please feel free to check out part 1. Another part I was talking about, that's a friend of mine messaging me. Really should have turned off all those things so they don't come up on the stream. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm so professional. Big part of what I was just talking about is how I try to seem professional. I'm not sure exactly where I cut off, so I'll pick up a little bit from before where I stopped talking. I was saying about how I pretend to be professional. Sometimes I look off camera like I'm talking to a director. He's giving me notes right now, see? Thanks very much. Or I'll look over here like I've got a teleprompter coming up, like I've got a script. Just pretending like everything I'm saying is actually being read off a script. And even sometimes I'll make jokes about how the teleprompter says shoebox monkey what? And you know, see there's a misspelling on the teleprompter. That's just a lot of what I try to do to add to the character I play and to pretend like there's a lot of people around me here helping. Like I said before, no one go check out my Patreon to give me any money, but please, if you want to check it out and have a good read, I put a lot of effort into writing that whole thing in character. I refer to the technicians who work on me, CJ, like the CJ McKay android, who is the character I play. A big part of it as well is I try to pretend hashtag CJ McKay is a fictional character in the world of fiction, where all fiction exists. So when I'm parodying Batman in my Batmask series, Batman's a real guy in the world who'll get really angry at that. And magic exists in the, like, Pokemon, all real parts of hashtag CJ McKay's little world, because it's where all fiction coexists. And it's very background. I don't mention it a lot in videos. It's really, I think, the only people who might know about it very much so are people like yourself, Tarflame H, Jesus420. That name, I'm never sure if I'm saying right. I probably have never said it right once. Very, very sorry for that, Jesus. Geezer. Gizer. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that you might be the only two people who pick up on these very subtle things I do on the channel. I try never to bring them up as large points because they're background things. They're for the consistent viewers like yourselves who are here every time and pick up on, wait, is CJ a robot? Wait, is CJ a fictional character? What's happening here? So I do these things not just for my own amusement, but for the recurring. I always feel bad about calling my viewers fans. I feel like that's really arrogant. I don't know. Jeezers, but I don't know. Yeah, Tarflame, I'm not sure. I think it's Jeezers myself, but I'm not 100% sure. And I always feel really bad about that because he's been supporting me through his comments for so long now. Or she, I think he. But yeah, it's the same as yourself, Tarflame. I really have to thank the two of you above anyone else. You guys, I do it for like the viewers, but you two are the ones who are always here, always supporting me, and that means a hell of a lot to me, more than I can really express. So thank you both for that. And partially why I'm doing this stream and talking about the character I portray and how he's a caricature of who I really am. I'm doing this for. I don't like to break the veil. I'm never going to talk about how hashtag CJ McKay is a character again after this night. I'm really doing this for the two of you and the other really hardcore fans and viewers out there who are going to watch this. It may be archived. I want you all to know and get to see this behind the scenes stuff, but I don't want the whole world to know or my whole audience base to know. I want it to be this subtle background stuff, this insiders club where my like long-term viewers start to pick up on these things that I put into the background. And the big reason, right, you'll see I've got the Dragon Project's logo here, is because I'm going to do a little bit of background on the last Batmask project I did. Give everyone a little behind the scenes about that too. Before I get into the next section of video, which will be the Batmask stuff probably, I'd like to ask Tarflame, have you got any questions? This is a Q&A video. I've been talking uninterrupted for so long now. And I want this to be interactive, so if you have anything you'd like to ask me, please feel free. My stream health's in orange, that's not good, but hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can maybe see me a little, and if you'd like to ask me anything at all, please feel free to. I'm going to keep talking till you do, because I feel like maybe there's a delay, and maybe you want to think of something, but regardless, I'll keep prattling on in the way I do. A little bit of what I was going to talk about there before we get into... Oh, sorry, my stream health went green for a second and I got really excited and then it went orange again. So yeah, I've been talking about, like I said, hashtag CJ McKay, the caricature, and I would try to portray this as a communal channel, even though it's a lot less communal than I'd like it to be. Tarflame said something here. No problem, CJ. You deserve the support. One of my favorite things about you is that you're so kind and humble. Do you think... Oh, thank you. I'm just going to keep reading, and then it's like, oh, that's really... Thank you, Tarflame. I really appreciate that. Do you think we'll be doing any charity events here on the channel coming up? I'd actually really love to be doing some charity events here on the channel. The real problem with that is a charity event is... The work involved in the charity channel one, for example, that was mainly down to 3 people. A lot of people helped, and a lot of viewers like yourself helped too, and joined in with stuff. But the organisation side of things was me and 2 other people. The work was immense. I'm not sure if I could do it on my own. if I might, I think probably, I think the best thing for me to do, and actually, it's I'll get on to why I'll get on to more about it in a minute. But I think I might try reach out to one or two companies, charity organizations, see if they might even help sponsor something. Because doing it on my own as a solo entity is really, I'd love to, but I don't know if I actually genuinely have the willpower to make it through this sheer amount of work that entails purely on my own. Even if I had the support from the get-go from the charitable organization, it would be a big help. Like a big I was talking with someone recently. We were talking about doing a playing for Parkinson's event with the charity channel, and maybe including the Dragon Projects and or the other YouTubers channels involved. The reason it didn't work out is it was really, really difficult to get contact with any of the organizations so we could set up a direct link for the charity so people could make donations, but we could keep a running tally and try achieve a goal. That doesn't seem like something that should be very important. As long as the donations are going in one way or another, that is what counts. But in terms of trying to reach a goal, that I can't do that without having some contact with a charitable organization, which makes it genuinely so difficult. And we tried organizing that playing for Parkinson's thing, and I actually need to contact the person about that. I won't say their name because I don't know how much they want to be um outright known that they're doing it yet, but it's just, it was very, very difficult to organise even just with me and one other person. So it's gonna, if you're interested, Tarflame H, and anyone else out there, to try and come together, maybe get a few people together and do another big charity event, I would really love to myself. It's just a matter of finding the time, finding the right people, because what we need is people who are great at like, I'm not brilliant at sending emails. I know that sounds really stupid, but some people I've met just are so good with their opening email, they always get us a reply. We need one or two of those people to be emailing the companies. We need one or two people to make graphics, and it's I'm gonna try organize something soon, especially because it's Halloween, which so far the last 2 years on my channel, Halloween has been huge events. The first year I did my channel, I'm pretty sure it was a 6 to 8 week event. Last year it was a 4 week event. This year has been a one-night event. I know that seems a bit anticlimactic comparatively. I'll explain why there's been a lot less this year, but what I'm talking about now is Halloween itself, and why it's such a big deal here in the Dragon Projects. I celebrate Samhain. For anyone who doesn't know, Samhain is just the Irish word for Halloween, but it's also Pagan New Year. I celebrate New Year's on Halloween. I celebrate the idea of rebirth, and most people New Year's, calendar New Year's or whatever, it's, you know, you make your resolutions and you try see them through. New Year's for me, Pagan New Year, Samhain, I I have that very much in mind, the idea of resolutions. More so, I think of Halloween as a night to reflect on the year that's gone by, and to think about the year that's coming, to try and see how much I've grown and how much I stand to grow, the things I want to achieve, the things I did achieve, the things I didn't. I use it as a period to look back on who I am now, who I was, and who I want to be going forward. And that's why it's a big event here on the Dragon Projects. It's a big event for me personally, so I go all out for Halloween and Dragon Projects. Gonna keep talking right after I check this comment here. I would love to help out if you did start one in the future. Well, if you have time, I know, like, obviously you have your own things, Tarflame, you've got school and your own channel, and, like, when you have time, I would love to have you be involved, however much you have time to be involved, because another big part of really, the charity channel, we were blessed when we did that. Partially why it took off so well is it was the middle of summer, and Twitch was really big that year. So everyone was trying to do stream events, and everyone was off school and work for the most part. It just made the timing on that was, if we had done that a week sooner or a week later, it might not have happened the way it did, or at all. But yes, I would love to definitely have you involved, Tarflame, at some point. I'll go on to briefly, please feel free to ask any other questions you want, Tarflame. It's lovely sitting here and chatting with you over the stream. I hope some more people join us, but I'm not that ambitious. I know my viewer pool's low, and I don't mind that. In fact, I'm going to talk about why I love being in obscurity soon. Yeah, Halloween this year on the Dragon Projects has not been huge. There's a few reasons for that. Partially it's because the streaming didn't go exactly as planned tonight. I've spoken a bit about that. I'll explain more in a few minutes. It's also partially because the last 2 years I've put everything I have, all my effort and all my concentration into just one after another consistent, not necessarily great videos, but one after another consistently, I'd like to say good, at a consistent level of each to each other, never getting worse, all at the same level of production quality and entertainment value. I really tried very hard to do that for the month straight, and I'd produce like 3 videos a week during those last 2 events sometimes. 2 to 3. Sometimes 4. Well, I think I did a zombie week where I did, it wasn't Halloween, but I did another zombie week where it's just like 2 videos every day for a week. It was insane. I do a lot of events here, but this year the reason there hasn't been an event is because I am really trying very concretely to just have a consistent level of entertainment and production value all year round now. That might sound like a bit of a cop-out, but I think Tarflame and anyone else who's been watching will have definitely noticed since my return after my brief hiatus a sharp incline and in quality on all my videos. My videos, I think personally, are getting better every single week. Not necessarily to that extent, but I think for sure I'm happier with my channel every single week I release a video, because more and more it's becoming the variety channel I always wanted it to be. I wanted the Dragon Projects to showcase my stand-up, my writing, my characters. I do poetry sometimes. Apparently, I did poetry recently. It came out well. My music, I do a little bit of music now. I'm writing music for an anime called The White Witch. Network Studios. Matt Smith, he's doing that whole thing, and I'm doing the music on it, and I'm also writing on it. I juggling, and I used to be a clown, so I know poi and devil sticks, and there's a lot of these really, like, useless talents. Like, they're obviously skills that, in real life, they're never gonna... I can't show up in a job interview and be like, I can ride a unicycle, please hire me as the bank clerk. It's not a real skill. But I wanted to showcase it here in the channel. And that's what I wanted the channel to always be. All these useless skills I have, I wanted to just put them on display. And I'm doing that more now than ever. I kind of think I did way too much gaming for too long. I really enjoyed doing the gaming, but I said earlier in Matt's stream, I think I got a bit selfish with my channel. I started doing stuff I enjoyed instead of stuff that was meant to be entertaining. I want my channel, every video now, I try to make them entertaining. That's my main priority. It's not have fun with this video, it's make it entertaining. Whether it's a song, whether it's Batmask, whether it's a time-lapse, I just want it to be entertaining for what it is. So I'm really, that's my big effort, like where all the effort's going right now, and why there hasn't been a big Halloween extravaganza. Yeah, Tarfanheim, I remember the first time we met and the charity channel in general. That's when I met Matt Smith, who's now he and I are writing partners now. We're writing on everything together. The work I write with him and we produce together is I'm very happy with the quality of work me and him do together. I met some great people, yourself, Tarflame, Vince from Blindly Imaginative Networks. I met Matt Smith from Network Studios. The people I met in that time, I still keep in contact with a lot of them, and I'm so glad to have met them. That the charity channel being founded and the event we did really was one of the best things I've done with the channel, because to be quite frank, this channel, as much as I love it, one big thing what I want to do with this channel, and what I've always wanted to do with my kind of entertainment, I just want to put a bit of positivity out there. I want to bring more joy into the world. All I want to do is entertain people and make them smile a little bit and have a slightly better day for having seen me jump off the roof dressed as Batman. I don't know. Whatever it is that might make someone chuckle or just brighten their day, just the tiniest sliver, that's what I try to do here. But that's not huge. I've not done anything like really great with my channel. But the charity channel and what me, Keith, and everyone else did during those 2 weeks, we raised like a couple of thousand for a really worthy cause. I really feel like that is the best thing I have ever done with my channel, because I can look at that event and say I helped by this monetary amount for this cause, and that wouldn't have been done without some of my work. So it's just, I feel like that is genuinely the best thing I've done with myself and with my channel. It's just a shame I have none of the footage for those 2 weeks, but sometimes you just make something to put it out there into the ether. You make it, it happens, it's gone forever. And that's just, I'm okay with that. Sometimes you tell a joke once on stage and never repeat it because it killed that time. And you don't want to keep saying that joke. You don't want to be a comedian who tells the same 10 jokes over and over to every audience. So sometimes you just let things go into the ether and be okay with it. Yeah, I do remember meeting you. Like, Tarflame, you were like, even during the charity channel, I've said already thank you for your support now with the Dragon projects, but during that stream period, you were definitely one of the people who came back like day after day and kept supporting us, joined in with the games when you could, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I played much Minecraft with you, but I do think you were playing Minecraft with Keith and stuff. I didn't do a lot of Minecraft over the period of those 2 weeks, because the Minecraft happened while I was asleep, mostly, but yeah, and then you followed everyone's channels afterwards, and you're still commenting and supporting us. Seriously, thank you so much, Tarflame. I was talking there a little bit about working with Matt Smith. I'm going to talk about Matt Smith for a few from Network Studios. He's a great guy. Earlier tonight, his computer kind of pooped out on him. He might have to spend a lot of money to get a new one. I really hope that's not the case. But like I said, the work I am doing with Matt, some of the best I have ever done. We're writing material together I'm so happy with. His main project right now is The White Witch. This is it's an anime project he's working on. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because that's his project and it's not for me to make any information about that public. But we're also working on a sitcom, a situational comedy, workplace comedy that I wrote, that I'm not going to talk about a whole lot either. 1 second, I need to cough, so I'm going to mute my mic. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about the sitcom too much either because I don't want to give away too much about it, but I will say that we have a workplace comedy that it's mainly my brainchild, and that me and him are writing together, that I am just so happy with so far. That's going to be maybe coming to the Dragon Project soon, but possibly coming to Koodle Moodle, which is a collaborative channel we all made. I'll put an annotation on screen on the archived version of this, but and I won't talk much more about Koodle Moodle, because all that stuff's really, I'll talk about those in the next, I'm going to do a couple of these live streaming events. Once I can kind of work out the bugs and the kinks, I'm going to try streaming from my tablet. Grab my tablet just here. I have the Nvidia Shield. This baby, I don't know, because I'm dropping frames so much, I don't know if you can actually see it. But I'm pretty sure if I stream from this'll do me well. So yeah, I'm going to try streaming from that next time to the channel and see how that goes, because that has stream capabilities, because it's Nvidia, and maybe we'll talk about Koodle Moodle and the sitcom we're writing together and The White Witch in future videos. But Matt Smith's a great guy. Please, everyone, check out the Network Studios channel and the Otaku Pen. That's his anime channel. You'll probably find that through the Network Studios, or I'll put an annotation on screen in the archived version. Also, the Network Studios link is in the description. So, seriously, thank you, Matt, for all the writing we do together. The ideas we bounce off each other always come out better and more polished than they ever were when I was doing them just on my own. Tarflame has said the stream looks great. I did have green stream health there for a while, but it's in the orange again, so I don't know how great it might look now for you. I apologise for all the dropped frames once again to yourself and anyone watching on archived, and anyone else. Like, I only have one viewer, but maybe someone in the CIA or the NSA is watching, and they're monitoring all my videos because I have delusions of grandeur or something like that, and, sorry, no one's watching from the NSA. Yeah. Hi. Sorry, sometimes I find it funny, like if you're ever in a Skype call, you just say hello to the NSA because they listen to everything. It's fun. It's a joke. Um, so yeah, I've been talking about kind of, please, Tarflame, please totally feel free to keep the questions coming. I'm gonna do this stream for a little while longer, but not all night. I'm probably gonna take a couple of hours off after this and try do some gaming again. Um, I'm just trying to think if I've actually spoken about everything I wanted to speak about, and then obviously I want to speak about if you have any questions. Obviously, I want to talk about that stuff too. Um, I was really hoping Jesus might join us, but he's in the same time zone as me, and it's Halloween, and I can't expect him to be the same kind of social hermit I am and not be going out having fun on Halloween night. So he's probably out doing something right now, having like a life, and not because like obviously like Tarflame, I'm not no judgments on you. It's the middle of the day for you, and I think you just got finished with school. So you still have Halloween night ahead of you. I'm spending my Halloween night in front of the computer, earlier playing video games. Not exactly what like, but to be honest, I dedicated this night to that. That's what I wanted to be doing. What I really wanted to do tonight was play horror games live, so everyone could see me get really freaked out. But there's no point if the frames are dropping this much just with my webcam. Imagine how like all the reactions you'd miss. It would be terrible. Um. So yeah, I was really hoping to play Among the Sleep because I love that game. I'm probably gonna play that over the next week or so, but I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure what video is gonna be coming out this Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to have time to record Among the Sleep before this Wednesday because I'm working on a video for my brother's band. They're doing an early press release of their album, and I recorded a video and now I'm editing it to go on the CD, downloadable from a computer if anyone puts the CD into a computer. Hopefully when that's on release there'll be a link in the description of this video so people can go have a listen and look and all that jazz. But because I'm working on that deadline, I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to work on content for my own channel. There will definitely be a video no matter what, but I just don't, I was hoping to get like a horror themed video up, but I don't think that's going to happen this week. Hopefully next week though. Also, my brother has agreed I'm going to do a cover of the Monster Mash. Everyone knows the Monster Mash song. Anyone who doesn't can look it up. It's a really old song. I don't expect... Not everyone knows it. But it's like it's in every sitcom ever. But I'm thinking I'm going to do a cover of that with my brother. Like a musical cover. And then put that on the channel. Because last year my Halloween event was called the Monster Mash. And I would have loved to... To be honest, I wanted to do it last year. But last year it was just one of those pie-in-the-sky ideas that I was like, hey, that'd be fun if I had any way of doing it. I have musical equipment set up here now. And I can go to my brother's studio. So I can probably... We can probably do that over the next month. I'm gonna hopefully get a Monster Mash song done. I think anyone who was around for the Monster Mash last year, I think Tarflame, you said the other day in a comment that you actually started watching roughly during the Monster Mash. So I hope anyone who was around for the Monster Mash, I think, will definitely enjoy that. Curtain Poles has joined us. Thank you for joining me. Curtain Poles, really great to see you. It's a live Q&A. You've missed a large portion of the video so far. I apologise for that. But please feel free to... None of my big comments are going through. Oh, that's really... I'm sorry that your big comments aren't going through, Tarflame. I'm guessing that's something to do with YouTube's... I don't know. It's something to do with the YouTube's, I think, maybe. But I actually can't be sure. Feel free to break up your messages into parts if you'd like, Tarflame. I also started watching around Monster Mash. Oh, cool, Curtain Poles. Well, what I was saying there is I'm going to do a musical cover of the Monster Mash song with my brother in his very professional sound studio over the next month. That's kind of a throwback to last year's Halloween event. I've been talking about a lot so far this video, Curtain Poles. If you'd like, please feel free to check out the archived, like part 1 of this and the archived video, because all this will go into archived. I spoke about a lot of stuff. I just don't want to repeat myself too much, but I'll mention what I've spoken about so you know what you've missed. And if you'd like to ask about anything about what you've missed, you're welcome to ask it. Like, you can you'll know yeah. Sorry, I'm not a great streamer. One of the things I've mentioned is I'm a YouTuber because I'm not great at streaming. I was saying to make ideas a better feel if you focus. Sorry, I started reading a comment halfway through there. I apologize. I agree, Tarflame, definitely that if I enjoy the content I'm making, it's definitely gonna come out as better content. I I remember crying when I met you guys and didn't know there's such kindness tucked away in the world. Oh, my heart's melting over here. Yeah, I feel the same, Tarflame and Curtain Poles. To both of you, you're two of my big supporters here in the Dragon projects, and when I get support from you guys the way I do, it does remind me that like it feels like, hey, I'm actually kind of I'm making people happy with my videos and bringing them a little enjoyment throughout their weeks or daily lives or whatever. But it also reminds me there are good people in the world because you actually stop and take the time to encourage me, and that means a hell of a lot to me. Not just as like personally as a YouTuber being encouraged, but also in the sense of, oh, there are good people in the world who would actually stop and take their time to encourage another human being with the thing they love doing. It's pretty cool. Like, there's like that whole perception that the YouTube comment section is trash, and I've never experienced that here in the Dragon Projects. I think partially because the tagline for my channel early on was, please come and comment and tell me, like, insult my stupid ugly face and whiny nasally voice. And I think my self-deprecative humour early on saved me from the trolls, but I also think I've just drawn in an audience of nice people, which, don't know how I did it, but I did it. Um, that is an odd coincidence, Curtain Poles. We should definitely work on some music together. I'm focusing on music, comedy, and performance art. I'm trying to do more characters, I'm trying to do, like, juggling and Diablo and Devil Sticks and, you know, some slapstick comedy too. I'm throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. The Dragon Projects with hashtag CJ McKay. Yeah, music's kind of become a big focus because I got hired to work on music for an anime. And I have all this equipment here. I have a really good sound studio set up. I've got two turntables and a microphone, which I'm very happy about. I'm gonna try to do some more stuff with the turntables over the next couple of weeks too. But yeah, definitely an odd coincidence. We're both starting to work on music separately. We should maybe do some collaborative music sometime. That'd be cool. Um, oh, stream health still in the orange. Not happy about that. So yeah, if anyone, like I said, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Some things I've spoken about so far, I've spoken about the differences between hashtag CJ McKay, the character I play on the caricature I play on my channel, because it's kind of a caricature of myself as opposed to a completely fictional character who just plainly isn't me. There's a lot of me in there. I've spoken about that. I've gone really behind the mask of hashtag CJ McKay. I've spoken about how I tried to seem like this channel's professional and collaborative, even though 99% of the time it's all me. I've spoken about why there hasn't been a big deal made about Halloween this year in the channel, about my goals for the channel. I've spoken about a couple of things. If you want to ask about anything in regards to any of that, please feel free. Gonna check your message now. Sounds interesting, but I'm currently studying to become, brackets, hopefully, close brackets, a sound engineer and or session musician. Would love to work together in the foreseeable future. That's awesome, man. Sound engineering is actually the basis of what I do in music. I used to work in Radio na Lifa, that's an Irish language radio station in Ireland, and that's where my basis of sound engineering started, and the only reason I ever knew how to edit videos is because I learned how to edit sound in that radio station. So and my brother, who I mentioned earlier, who I'm working on music with, is a professional sound engineer who's lectured in Ballyfermot College in Dublin and stuff like that. Not full time, like he has lectured. He doesn't do it all the time. He's not like a teacher or anything. But he's like a really professional sound engineer. It's something I've a lot of interest in, and like fair play to you for pursuing it. It can be a difficult and challenging pursuit of work and education, but at the same time very fulfilling. I wish you the best of luck, man. I really hope it all works out for you. Actually, in fact, I don't know if I will tonight because I could be quite tired after the stream tonight, but I will definitely check out some of the music you've been doing. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest, because I've known you as a YouTuber who does games, so I'd like to see what kind of music you've been doing too. I've been doing a lot of before you go checking out any music I've been doing, everything that's on my channel so far is a cover. I haven't put any original music up because the original music I'm writing is for the anime, and I don't want to release that stuff for the anime until I have maths like A-OK on that. But there will be some original music coming up over the next month or two. I just kind of holding off for the moment with that stuff. Right now I'm putting some covers out there. And Terraflame's comment. And apologies that I haven't been supporting as much as I used to be. Been really hard to catch up with school. Oh, Terraflame, you have a life and your own things going on. You don't have to apologize for not commenting on videos. It's like, I'm happy when you do, and when you don't, that's okay. It's really... Like, a lot of people, most of my friends have said to me, like, I actually didn't realize some of my friends watch my videos pretty consistently. They might even watch this, for all I know, or could be watching now. And I didn't realize, none of them ever comment, so I just had no idea any of them watched. But I do know, like, I know just views to comment-wise. I have a lot of viewers who don't comment, and I'm okay with that. A view is still support, a like is still support. A dislike is still support, because that tells me this video wasn't enjoyable, or there's something about this that was in some way offensive or unentertaining, and that's still feedback to me. So I'm okay with any sort of, like, I'm okay with nothing even, to be quite frank. So no need to apologize, and thank you for the support you do give me. I will say, Terraflame, I've been doing so, like, I'm really proud of the content I've been making lately, so when you have time, no rush, obviously, but when you have time to catch up, or if you'd like to catch up, I think you'll enjoy the content I've been putting out there. I've been concentrating a lot harder on the work, as I've said. And as you said, it's always better if you enjoy the content you make, but the thing is, the thing I really enjoy about creating entertainment, like, I view myself as a writer, but an entertainment-based writer, and the reason I love, what I get the most enjoyment out of, is bringing other people enjoyment, is, you know, bringing the funny, making people laugh when I'm on stage, or, you know, whatever it is. That's what I enjoy most, so I'm going to focus on doing that the most. Just checking. Agreed as well, haven't posted anything as of yet, but hopefully should get him some stuff in December. Been getting through mock exam. Oh, well, I hope your schoolwork goes well, Curtain Poles, and I look forward to seeing the original music you put up when you're ready to post it. I've been really apprehensive about posting any music, because I'm always like, no, let's wait till it's good. That's why there's never been any stand-up on my channel. I actually recently, I'll talk about this for a little bit, I wrote some stand-up, everyone, for my channel. I've been thinking about it for a while, bringing a camera out and getting a friend of mine to record me doing some stand-up. But the thing is, I'd say 65% of the time I do stand-up, it goes well. 5% of the time, it goes amazingly. And then the other 30% of the time, it doesn't go so great. I have really and truly bombed on stage. I haven't invited any of my friends to come watch me do stand-up. I have gone in to do stand-up and seen someone I know there and taken my name off the list for the night, because I was just like, no, I don't want someone I know seeing me do stand-up. When I get to a point where 9 out of 10 times I'm doing, like, 9 out of 10 times I succeed. I'm funny, people laugh, I don't bomb, or the room isn't like, yeah, when I reach that point, that's when I'll think about recording it. That's when I'll think about inviting people. But another part of it is I don't go in consistently enough to get, like, I need to be going in doing more stand-up if I want to reach that point. But YouTube became such a big part of what I want to do that I'm working at getting better at this, more so. I'm just reading Curtain Poles' comment. Sorry to stop talking all of a sudden. Yeah, I've been, yeah, clubs and bars pretty much. One or two dive bars, proper, like, underground places. And there's one of the main places I've been going is a place called National in Dublin. Would come see you, but it's a long swim from Wales. Actually, Wales, to be quite frank, my dream as a stand-up is to go eventually do the Edinburgh Comedy Festival. I know you're in Wales and not Scotland, but that's not a far stretch. Also, a friend of, like, some family friends of mine invited me to stay with them in Leicester at some point to do the comedy fest, like to maybe spend some time doing some stand-up at the comedy festival there. Regardless of those two things, however, the main reason I'm really considering that is because I wouldn't ever have to worry about someone I know coming in and seeing me there. Also, um, I'm not a great stand-up for Irish audiences. There are different types of stand-up. The three main schools of stand-up are observational stand-up. That's the Jerry Seinfeld type stand-up, where a stand-up comedian tries to pretend like their life is exactly like yours. So, hey, what about airplane peanuts? They're in those tiny little bags. It's really hard to open. Are they pressurized because they're in a plane? What's the deal with that? Jerry Seinfeld stand-up. Observational. I don't do that. Then you've got autobiographical stand-up, which is, I fall more into that category. That's your Louis C.K. stand-up, or Bill Burr, or any of those people. People who just talk about their lives. They take their neuroses, they put them on stage, they talk about the weird ways they look at the world, or their own unique perspectives. Not that anyone's perspective is exactly unique, but autobiographical. I sort of do that. I'm also sort of, I do kind of, surrealism stuff. I try to do characters on stage. I introduce some ideas from theatre and stuff like that. Sometimes I won't get into too much about that, but yeah, there are different schools of stand-up, and really the main stand-up that Irish audiences like is story-based stand-up. People who just, you tell a story about your friend that time when there was a three-legged dog and someone was, taking drugs and it was a crazy night and we got wasted, man. That kind of stand-up. Irish audiences love a story because Irish people love a good story. Irish audiences don't really like autobiographical stand-up because Irish people don't really like to hear about your problems. So I'm not really good on an Irish stage. I'd rather be somewhere like Edinburgh or Leicester or somewhere like that. Let's see. It would be amazing to see you perform in person. And you can call me Tar or Fisher if you would like. I will call you Tar or Fisher, depending on what comes to mind first, Tar. Yeah, no, I'm definitely, I wrote some stand-up for the YouTube channel a little while ago. Partially the problem about putting stand-up on the YouTube channel is my two options are, as I see it, to record me live on stage, which requires bringing a friend, and possibly multiple times, because I could go in there and be really bad 5 times in a row and subject my friend to seeing 5 bad routines over and over till I get one half decent video to put on the channel. I don't want that to happen. Or I can do some stand-up without an audience just for the channel, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. See, the problem is it's really hard to do stand-up without an audience, because if you've ever heard the expression reading the room, that's really important to a stand-up. You need to play the room you're given. You need to, you break for laughs based on when you get them. When you don't get the laughs, you make a joke about not getting them. You read and you play the room, and you can't do that without an audience. But I'm going to try make that the bit. I'm going to try make the stand-up bit that I have no audience and that's really awkward. It might work, it might not, but I'm thinking I wrote a routine just for the Dragon Projects, purely intended for a YouTube audience. Now I just need to execute the video well. That's where that's at. Yeah, exactly, Curtin Poles. An audience is, yeah, we're both exactly saying the same thing. And you actually put it slightly better than I did, to be quite frank. An audience is what makes you adjust to the situation. There's no way to do that without an audience. But I feel like if I make that the bit, maybe it'll work. I have a couple of ideas. I may as well talk about them now. One idea I had was, every now and then I'd pan to an empty room of chairs, or maybe I'd have cricket sounds going on, and right at the end I'd pan to an empty room of chairs with a big CGI cricket there, just chirping. I don't know. I had ideas. That comes down to whether my animator friend can do that for me, and how much it might cost, and how much time it might take her. But maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'll see how that goes. But I do have some stand-up I'd like to do on the channel sooner rather than later. I was talking, right as you came in, Curtain Poles, I think one of the things I was talking about was working with Matt Smith from Network Studios. I was going to talk about the Borderlands series me and him did together. There's only 2 videos up of that on my channel so far. I think maybe even only one of them is public. But that is a video that really shows off the character, hashtag CJ McKay, better than any other video I've ever done. You can really see the difference between the normal human being I am being now and the strange little creature that is hashtag CJ McKay in that video. In fact, if you're bored after this stream, I'm going to recommend some cool stuff to watch Halloween, but please feel free to go check out that Borderlands thing so you can see just how different I am being now to how different I am in that video. A big part of it is me and Matt are writing together now, and we decided when we shot those videos, we were also doing it with Vince from Blindly Imaginative Networks. The 3 of us decided we're going to act in character for these entire videos. The characters that we're going to be playing in the sitcom I'm writing. And hashtag CJ McKay will be the character I'm playing in the sitcom. I'm just taking him a lot further. Way, way further. So if anyone really wants to see the distinction between the human being that I am here and the character hashtag CJ McKay, the Borderlands series, I have like hours worth of footage more to come out of that. That's the best example of it. I edit those videos in character, and this brings me back to what I spoke about earlier, how I'm not a great streamer, and the reason I like being a YouTuber is because I get to put a lot of jokes in post. I like, when I'm editing, I get to put, like, effects in, or I get to maybe change the timing of something just so the awkwardness of a situation rings out a little more, or I'll put a little, like, one thing I did, like, I edited that video in character, is I put hashtags down the bottom right-hand corner throughout that video. Now, the reason I did that is a lot of shows now are putting hashtags at the bottom right-hand corner in a very faint, almost transparent watermark at the bottom right-hand corner of the show. And Workaholics, I don't know if anyone might have seen that, but they do it, and I'll use this as an example, whether anyone's seen it or not. Sometimes, like, for example, the intro song, the lyrics go, "You gotta be fresh," so they put hashtag gotta be fresh at the bottom right at the start of each episode, so people can live tweet that they're like, "Oh, I'm watching Workaholics, hashtag gotta be fresh. Oh, this funny joke happened, hashtag this, reference to that funny joke in the show." And I decided instead of doing tiny watermarks, I'd make them really big and blatant. Because hashtag CJ McKay is about desperately trying to be relevant and funny and hip and down with the kids. So I'm going to take that idea and take it way further to the point where it's just blatant and in your face. So, yeah, I even edited that video in character. Just because I thought that would be a lot of fun. If you did Borderlands series, I'd be on that like nobody's business. Think he's been streaming a bit lately, and after the whole That L crap happening. Curtain Poles, I would love to have you join us in on the Borderlands series. I don't know when we'll record that together again, because we all have like several hours more than we can air currently. But like next time we get together, I'll be sure to let you know. It'd be cool to have you along. Also, yes, I actually heard from Keith a little while ago. Some people might know him as Alcohol Arcade or iSubby. We did the charity channel together. He contacted me a little while ago saying he was doing some streaming again. I'm really, really glad to see him streaming again. I was so upset when he stopped doing it because I could see he had a real genuine love for YouTube. And I won't talk about what happened, but a couple of things happened that I think kind of killed his enthusiasm for YouTube. It became more work than pleasure, and he had a job and a family and a lot of work to do, and obviously can't be dealing with something that's more work and more stress. But it's great to see that he overcame that, or maybe things cleared up, or whatever it was that spurred him on to keep doing it again. Seriously, shout out to you, Alcohol Arcade. I'm going to put an annotation or a link in the description in the archived version of this. I love you, man. You're a great guy, and it's great to see that you're doing the YouTubing and streaming again, because you really had a flair for it, and it's good to see that you're doing it. I do have a Twitter, Tarflame, but I almost never use it. I'm really bad at Twitter. You might notice that I'm kind of long-winded. I'm not good in that in like 147 characters. I kind of need more than that to get my point across. But I do have a Twitter. All I use it for is to tweet out when I've posted a video. But if you go to the front page of the Dragon Project at the top right hand corner, I'm pretty sure that's got my Patreon, my Facebook, my Twitter, and maybe an Instagram. I think I've put one picture on there ever. Also, everybody, I'm bald now. That's a thing. I do know a bit about guitars, curtain poles. Not like an immense amount, but like what I know I've picked up from my brother, the very professional sound engineer. If you have any questions, I might be able to answer them. But yeah, I'm bald now, everyone. I shaved my head for the Batmask series. I thought it would be a great punchline to a video to suddenly be bald at the end, so I shaved my head. I kind of did it because it was like, hey, I want to be so dedicated to my videos that I'll shave my head. And then I just did it, and it was like, oh my god, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And now I'm bald with a mustache, which for a 20-something-year-old, being bald with a mustache is not a great look. But I'm doing that for the sitcom, so I've committed to looking like a freak in real life all the time, just for the purpose of a joke and a comedy series. Where's your neon hat thingy? I'm not sure. Oh, I think, yeah, it's here. It's here. I actually have it right here, Tarflame. It's the hat from Back to the Future. I'm gonna hold it here for a few minutes because I don't know because of how many frames I might be dropping. I might be completely still for you, but there's the hat. Alright, it was just because I have a problem. There's 14 guitars in your house, if I'm reading that right, curtain poles. That reminds me of my house growing up as a kid, because both my brothers and my dad all like heavy musicians. Yeah, if you have any questions about guitars you'd like to bring up now, please feel free to ask, or I can message you later on Skype. We can have a chat over a call, and I can see what I can maybe help out later. Oh, my stream health's green again. That's cool. Yeah, funky neon hat from Back to the Future too. But yeah, see, a big part of why I shaved my head, it wasn't just because I wanted to have a good punchline at the end of the video, because I thought being bald is a punchline. Also, I wanted to be able, this is my Alfred wig, I wanted to be able to wear wigs on the channel, so I figured shave my head, it'd just make it so much easier to wear wigs. Again, that's probably way too much commitment for something that's not that worth it. I look like this all the time now. I'm pretty sure the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm probably sure a few people might have thought it was a bald cap because I also had a wig in the video. No, I'm just bald now. Not a great look. Oh, Tarflame, I'd highly recommend the Back to the Future movies. They're a lot of fun. And yeah, curtain poles, I shaved my head for the channel, I guess. Because, I don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I might have gone a bit far. I don't know. I'm gonna be bald forever now, though. I wear head scarves and stuff when I get cold. It's a lot of fun. See, everyone, I say everyone. That's everyone watching potentially watching on archived, but for both of you here, do it for the views. Yeah, for the views, exactly. Well, no, for the punchline, for the entertainment. I've got this up here. I've got the Dragon Projects thing here. I was gonna go over a little bit about the Batmask video. I'm probably not gonna do that this video. I might do that a different time. I was wondering why you're bald, getting used to it now. I'm getting used to it too. I actually quite like it now, to be honest. I'm definitely, I'm happy with the look. I'm not happy with being bald with a mustache. Like, it's kind of weird having no hair on my head at all, except above my upper lip. Really not a great look, but at the same time, doing it for the sitcom and for the channel, I figure it's a funny look. You know, I think it's funny. To me, it's funny that I'm bald with a mustache. I kind of shaved bald for a while to shoot some footage, and then grew it all back because I didn't want to be bald just with a mustache right away. I grew it back for a little while just so because I had to grow I grew the mustache back for Alfred initially in my last Batmask video, because I was doing the Alfred I was dressing as is Alfred from the Adam West Batman, and he had a mustache. So I grew the mustache back, but I grew all my hair back until the mustache got to this length, because I didn't want to be bald with a mustache. Or at least I wanted to prolong how long it'd be before I had that look. Yeah. Speaking of that Alfred character earlier, like I said, I had this wig earlier. I did the hair and make that wig cost like $1 or $2 or something like that. Um, Tarflame and streaming in the bottom right. Good on you, Tarflame. Yeah, I did hair and makeup on Alfred for all of like $5. The wig cost about $1.50. The graying up my hair, eyes and teeth, or eyebrows, mustache, and teeth cost again about $1. And the glasses, these cost like $2. I did it all for the hair and makeup on that character for $5. I was very happy. Have I ventured out of Ireland much? Not a whole lot the last couple of years, but I've travelled a good bit. I've been to the Netherlands twice. I was in Turkey a couple of times, in Spain a couple of times as a kid. I did resort holidays when I was young. Never like any great exploring around the world. Just, go somewhere hot because the weather's really bad in this country. To be honest, in the last few years, I've been adventuring around Ireland more than anything because I actually really like Ireland. I've been to England once as well. I was in Kent. That's the very south of England. I've never been to Wales or Scotland, although I do have some Scottish heritage. My second name, Mackay, that's, or Mackay, M-A-C space A-O-I-D-H. It's a Scottish clan, that's where my name comes from. I'm kind of like, I have Scottish genes on my dad's side. I don't know, I think I'm like an eighth Scottish. I can barely count it, but. Yeah, have I been anywhere else is the question. Oh, I was in Paris a few years ago. So I've been to France. Yeah, I've done a little bit but not a huge amount. I'm planning to go to America now in a few years, possibly moving over to America. Probably moving over to America. I'll talk about that in the future here on the channel, probably. I'll probably document the whole thing and start doing some vlogs about it. Speaking of vlogs, I have not done a vlog in a long time. This is kind of in place of, like, I haven't done vlogs in a few months, so this one really long stream, then the Q&A portion, it's like one big live long vlog. Just to let everyone know. Tarflame, if you visit Ireland, I'd really recommend visiting anywhere but Dublin City. County Clare is lovely. The entire west coast, beautiful. Sorry. Yeah, west coast is really, really nice. But Dublin City, like any capital city of any country, is the most polluted, has the most amount of crime, the highest densely populated. It's like not a great place to live. I don't know if it'd be even a great place to visit. Whereas I think a lot of people, when they imagine Ireland, they imagine kind of lush countrysides, green fields of grass, meadows and farms, and that's what you'll get in the west coast of Ireland. You won't get that in Dublin. So just as a heads up. County Down. See, I should know all the see, I did all my education through Irish, so I know all the counties' names in Irish before English. So I'm trying to remember. I think it's on Doon. Can't remember. County Clare, though, it's a very big county, and you've got the Cliffs of Moher, the Doolin Caves, the Alwee Caves, you've got, dolphin watches, you've got, the Inishmore and Inishman, small little islands off the coast of Ireland. It's a really beautiful place to be, and to kind of spend some time, so that's where I'd recommend more than anywhere. Sounds cool, move to Oregon, cough. Last vlog was Comic-Con Crab Walk. Well, that's a really long time ago. That was barely even a vlog. That was only like 5 minutes. Yeah, I stopped doing vlogs. I don't know. I think people like the vlogs, but I started to feel like I did a vlog every week, and I feel like my vlogs were more consistent than the things that were meant to be entertaining, and I wanted to just focus more on the things that were meant to be entertaining. So, I've made a lot of changes in the last year to the channel. Hopefully none too big, and none that I can't undo. If anyone's not happy with the changes, or I become unhappy with the changes, it's not stuff I can't undo. I can go back to the way things used to be. But I'm happy with how the channel is at the moment. I'm going to keep going with the way I'm doing things at the moment, at least for a little while. I'm definitely going to get some gaming content up soon, though. Definitely going to be some Among the Sleep. I know Halloween will be gone by the time I get that content up. Like I said, I wanted to stream horror games, and that didn't work out. But I'm definitely going to play some more Among the Sleep over the next week or two or three. It'll before December. I've like a couple of videos I really want to get out before December. The two big ones of them, I really, really would love to get released. I'd love to get released a cover of the Monster Mash. I'd love to get released me playing Among the Sleep. And then I've got a surprise video I'm working on that I have to talk to Matt about whether I'm allowed release or not, that I would also like to get up on the video, or on the channel. Which means that would be the last 3 weeks of November, and the first week of November, I've no idea what I'm publishing. But I'll figure that out. Just if anyone wants, because a big thing of what I used to do in my vlogs was talk about the schedule, what was coming up on the channel. So I figured I'd do that for a minute or two, and it'd be exactly like my old vlogs. So yeah, I was going to talk about the last Batmask project I did. The reason I'm saying I might not do that is because Curtain Poles hasn't seen it yet. And not just because of that, but also because I'm not sure my stream is healthy enough to do it the way I wanted to do it. So I'll probably do it next time. Behind the Bat Mask coming next time. Hashtag birthdays November 23rd. In fact, actually no, I may as well, okay? I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Bat Mask project. Just one or two parts. I'm gonna skip the entire first act. I can talk about that next time. There's me as Alfred. If anyone, Curtain Poles hasn't seen it yet, I don't know if the stream health is very good, so I'm gonna leave it on this for the moment and start talking about it. Okay, so one joke I really, really love about the Alfred scenes is, oh, see you soon, Curtain Poles. I hope you have a good night's sleep, and best of luck in school tomorrow. I hope your courses continue to go well, and you're on your way soon to becoming a full-fledged professional sound engineer. So yeah, I'll just talk a little bit about one or two of the really subtle jokes I put into this video. One of the jokes I really love that I came up with is having Alfred at the gym. I don't know why, it was really funny to me that Alfred's in his full butler outfit when he goes to the gym. So that's just one little really, really small feature I put in the video. It's like, I know it's like pretty big and blatant and on screen, but yeah, that was one thing I found pretty fun to do. Another thing here, this is one of the most subtle parts of the video, and it's simultaneously one of my favorite parts. Just gonna line it up to exactly where it is, because it's really only about 5 total video. But after I take the mask off, oh, it came out of full screen. Come on, there you go. That was my own fault. Yeah, so after I take the mask off, and yeah, right, here it is. I'm pulling on my jumper, my Batman hoodie, but it's supposed to be my Batman suit of armor. And very briefly, you can see 2 bat symbols on my chest. The reason behind this is in the George Clooney Batman, he has nipples on the body cast of his batsuit. Like, all the batsuits have had, like, abs. You know, like, you have muscles on the armor to make them look intimidating. Well, for some reason, George Clooney's had nipples on the suit. And this is a parody series, and the way I decided to parody bat nipples, as they're known by the fans, was to have literal bats on my nipples. So I have bat pasties. Pasties are, you know, like strippers wear them on their nipples, and they've got tassels, and you go, woo, woo, tassels. So I have bat pasties over my nipples. It's 3 frames of the video, and it's my favorite part of the video. I wanted to do, like, I promised I'd do some behind the bat stuff, so I'm gonna do a little bit about it, but not as much as I intended. This is really just a preview for when I do the real behind the bat. So this is I did the Batman suit up sequence. I really enjoy Batman. It's like, I grew up watching Adam West Batman on television, and then my teens was about the comics, and my later teens about the movies. So I really love Batman. I had to put gratuitous bat ass into the suit up sequence, because again, this is a parody series, and I wanted to parody real things from the series. I did a belt suit up sequence, which we kind of get in Batman. You see some clips of it, but the parody really for me there was how long the suit up sequence is in the Dark Knight series. He spends half the movie just making his costume. It's like this really long, extended, ridiculous, kind of almost. It's a suit up sequence that's half a movie, and that's why I made one or two of the clips really, really long. I'm freeze framing right here. I don't know when the stream's gonna catch up to the clip I'm on right now, but hopefully it won't be long. What I might end up doing with this stream is taking the video and actually editing it, so to kind of compensate a little bit for these lost frames. But right now I'm paused on just on a split second of me as the Batmask. One thing I really tried to do this time with the Batmask was subtly try play him a little bit like the Joker. Very manic and a lot of big grins, because I want to maybe bring the Joker into my Batmask series, so I figure, and for me there's a big parallel between Batman and the Joker. They're almost the same person, and that's, if I bring Joker in, the parallel I'm going to play with. I also subtly hinted towards bringing Robin into the series, very, very subtly with that. Again, I'm not sure how well the stream rate's going, but right now I'm paused on a still image of a symbol. So I used it as a scene transition in the video of, and it's Batman symbol and Robin symbol, and I just figured that might be, if I do introduce Robin in the next few videos, that would be just this little subtle teaser for it, you know? I thought that'd be fun. Yeah, then I did the credit sequence, of course. I put a lot of jokes into the credits. I really wanted my credit sequence to be funny. And like I said, now I'm bald now. I want bald kind of be the punchline to the video. I said it to Tarflame in the Tar, or Fisher as I shall call you, the other day in a comment, that every good comic book movie has an after credits reveal. My one is that I'm bald, so I figured that would be, yeah, I wanted to play inside the comic book genre and do the things that comic book movies do. As a few people can see here, like I said, I did put a real, yeah, stream is definitely hurting. I'm going to stop playing the video, and I apologize for the stream hurting so bad. In fact, I'm actually probably going to end the stream now in just a few minutes, Tarflame, because I'm not sure how much you can tell, but I'm having a little trouble speaking at the moment. I woke up today clenching my jaw in my sleep, and it was kind of sore. Typically, I wouldn't do a video if my jaw's sore because the headphones are so tight in my head. But it's Halloween, it's a live stream. I'm fighting through that because I wasn't just gonna abandon the idea of doing a Q&A. I really wanted to do this. If you have any other questions, Tarflame, please feel free to drop them in now. I'll definitely answer anything you'd like to ask before the end of the video. If you want to ask anything about the character, hashtag CJ McKay, or the Batmask, like I said, I'm introducing maybe Robin or the Joker soon. If you want to ask anything in regards to any of that stuff, anything I've spoken about so far, any of the work me and Matt do together, please feel free to. While you maybe think of some questions, if you have any, or if you want to think of any, I'm going to do some recommendations on what to watch this Halloween. I already did this a couple of times, and it's really only one or just yourself here now, Tarflame. I'd recommend Zombieland. It's a very, very funny movie. I see, the thing is, I don't want to recommend anything too adult for you, because I'm not because oh, you're a kid and you shouldn't watch things that are too mature for you. More so, I don't want to get in trouble if you because I can't recommend to someone under 18 to watch something above 18s. That's just morally, I shouldn't do that on the channel. But Zombieland is it's a really, really fun movie. It doesn't actually hurt me to talk, Tarflame. What it is it's kind of, there's a lot of tension, so there's a bit of inflammation. So it's difficult to talk as opposed to painful. But yeah, Zombieland is funny. Woody Harrelson is one of the main actors in it. I don't know if you know Woody Harrelson. His breakout role was in the old sitcom Cheers. He played Woody. But he's a comedy actor and a serious actor. Very funny, very talented guy. Zombieland is really, if you're looking for a zombie-themed thing to watch this Halloween, I'd really highly recommend it. As a TV show, I'm not sure if you've heard me say already, but Z Nation is so good. It's got the perfect mix of comedy and tragedy, and to me, comedy and tragedy, the balance of those two things are so important. And Shakespeare is who invented really the idea of the balance of Shakespeare or of comedy and tragedy. And anytime I see the balance done right, I immediately equate it to Shakespearean level excellence. So that's what one of the big reasons I like Z Nation is it's got a great mix of humor and a dark side to it, and it's just a really good representation of the zombie apocalypse. But I will say it's very adult. There are one or two moments in it that even I watching was like, oh no, I don't want to watch cannibals eat people. Please, okay, the scene's over now. I can look back at the television. But I like that about the show. To be honest, the post-apocalyptic environment should have some things that I look away from because I don't want to see them because that's the truth of that world. So narratively, I didn't find it gratuitous. I found it important, if that makes any sense. So yeah, they'd be my big zombie recommendations to watch this Halloween. Above anything else, there's some great one thing I like to do is around the holidays I like to watch movies that aren't necessarily intended for that holiday. I find a really fun Halloween movie to watch is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the old one with Gene Wilder, because that is a horror movie about children getting killed one by one in a madman's chocolate factory. That's a Halloween movie and a horror movie if I have ever heard one and described the plot to one. I also, Die Hard is my favourite Christmas movie ever. I'll talk about that when Christmas is a little closer. Just to let everyone know, I think I've only ever done one video for Christmas on my channel. I don't celebrate Christmas, which is why Christmas has never been, like, a huge deal has never been made it here on the channel. So, just, if anyone's wondering, hey, why is there gonna be a big Christmas event? Probably not. I don't celebrate Christmas. I'll probably do one stream around Christmas. I'm definitely gonna just let everyone know, I'm doing streams regularly now. I'm gonna make a thing of this. I like this. It's just, I'm not great at it, and obviously the stream is just dying. I can't stream good games until I upgrade my computer, but I'm enjoying this. It's really fun talking with you, Tarflame. It was great talking to Curtain Poles. It's also really nice to just not have to edit a video. That's why I was gonna do Horror Games live tonight, partially to make it more live and fun and interactive, and so you could see me getting scared right then and there. And like I said, I wanted the raw and cut thing, but also I figured it would save me on the editing side of the video, because for every hour of footage I record, I do 10 hours of editing, because recently especially, if I put a song into a video, I do a cover of that song, which takes a couple of days. I'm trying to make all my own effects now if I can. I'm putting a lot more into the production side of things than I ever have, but that means every video takes 10 times longer than the length of the video actually is. So, yeah, I figured. Speaking of Willy Wonka, that was the first actual play I was in. Oh, I didn't know you did. I used to do stage acting myself, Tarflame. What role did you play in Willy Wonka, out of curiosity? I just wondering. I love Shakespeare, honestly hoping to have a small career in acting. Fair play to you, Tarflame. If I can... Actually, Tarflame, if you're ever looking to show off your acting chops, I'm writing a lot of stuff now for, to do with... I'm writing that sitcom. There could be room for you in that someday if you'd like to join us. I want to introduce more characters to the Batmask, and I don't want to play every single role myself. No matter how much I might be able to get away with it, I just don't want to do that. So, I think I'd happily, I'm gonna say it now, depending on what role you want, I might audition you or not. Like Joker, I'm gonna hold auditions for. Other roles, not so much. If someone comes to me and says, hey, I'd like to be this person in your series, you're welcome to join me. And if I ever have anything to do with acting, I'll happily invite you along to be a part of it, because, I'm the same myself. I want to start doing a bit more character stuff and pursue acting a bit more, because stage work is always what I've been interested in. So even if you just I feel like it's always good to get an invite, even if you only have 2 lines in something. those two lines could be put into a show reel someday for you, or you know, you could put it in a portfolio. So yeah, if you're ever interested in doing any acting, you're welcome to join me in any of the projects I do. Um, I was actually Grandpa George. Oh no, that is a great role. Small role but funny. I would love to help out. Joker's actually my favorite, and I was hoping I could help with that. In terms of bringing in the Joker, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't think the Joker is gonna be my next character introduction. As much as oh, my bad. I have some reservations about bringing the Joker into the Batmask series. Partially, he's such a serious character, he's hard to parody. That's a big part of it. But beyond that, I don't know if I'd like to play the Joker myself. See, if I play the Joker myself, which I'd like to do, I can't do any, like, the interactions are that much harder, so I'd like to hold auditions to maybe get someone, but I'll have to write that character first. How I want the Joker played, I have ideas, but I don't have anything solid enough to give to an actor like yourself and say, do you think you could play this? So, yeah. But I will let you know, it'd be great to have you involved no matter what. Joker, Penguin, Robin, Nightwing, regardless of how it turns out, I would love to have you involved with the Batmask series, Talaflame. You'd be a welcome addition to the team. And same goes for anyone watching this on Archived. If you are, if you figure yourself an amateur actor, please contact me. I'd love to have you involved in the situational workplace comedy I'm writing, or the Batmask, or one of the other. I have a fairly serious drama piece I'm kind of writing in the background of my head, but I'm focusing on comedy more at the moment. But yeah, I have some serious roles that would be opened up for people in the near future too. I think I am gonna pretty much call it a night on the stream though, Tarflame, because I'm getting pretty tired now. My jaw, like I said, a bit of inflammation. And beyond that, I have kind of one or two. I have a phone call I was supposed to make a while ago, but I'm doing the stream. Top priority is my Halloween stream right now. Um, I, I'll give you some hints and tips on acting, Tarflame. Acting's different for everyone, and I know what you mean. Like, I don't figure myself the best actor in the world either. What I'm good at. I know what my strengths are. My strength, above all else, is committing to a character. And really, acting is about finding your strengths and honing those skills, and then working on the things you feel you want to get better at. Yeah. You too, Tarflame. Have a good night. I'm kind of going to stall here at the end because the stream is pretty much officially over now, but I find that the stream, because it's the stream health is so bad, it takes a while for me to end this properly. Like I said, Tarflame, if you'd like to go check out the Borderlands series to see just how different I act in character to how different I am in this in this video. I think that might be. I feel like that could be something fun to do simply because it's like a real stark comparison between me, the character, and me, the person, and all that. And then beyond that, like I said, there's a ton of writing material. Like, this has been a real background thing. My Patreon, which I'm not encouraging you to go spend any money on. In fact, please don't spend any money on my Patreon. Don't encourage me. But I put a load of background writing on there. Like, I wrote that whole thing in character too, so there might be some fun lore for you or anyone else watching on Archive to watch. The reason I'm talking about this, Tarflame, is because apparently as a YouTuber, I need to end every video mentioning a different video for my viewers to go watch, because that encourages channel growth. So it's just like shameless self-promotion at the end of a video. You know, this was going so well, and now I've ruined it with shameless self-promotion. But yeah, I am going to end it here now, Tarflame. Thank you for staying with me for the whole stream. Really, I was actually almost not going to do the live Q&A tonight, and then your comment came true, and it was like, okay, I have one person to talk to who actually wants, like, if you hadn't a message, it just would have been, who am I doing this for? I'm kind of feeling a bit tired now. I did streaming with Matt earlier. Oh, but now I have viewers who want to see me. Cool, I actually have incentive to go do the video. Cool. I'm actually, you've read the Patreon, which is like, I'm fair play to you because I wrote so much on there and I feel like it was pretty long-winded. But I hope you enjoyed the read. I really put a lot of work into because I keep calling myself a writer and none of my viewers have anything to go read. So it's like, hey, I'll make it this. I'm working on a Wikipedia page. It's gonna be about me. It's gonna be about hashtag CJ McKay, the fictional character, and it's going to like point out a lot of stuff about how he's a fictional character, and also I'm gonna I'll put like a lot of background stuff that I've never really outwardly spoken about on the channel before into that Wikipedia page. I'm mentioning this now because, like I said, there's stuff here. I'm never gonna mention a lot of this stuff again. In character, I'm not at liberty to talk about how I'm a character, so this is my opportunity here to do these things. I'm probably gonna do other streams back in hashtag CJ McKay persona where I'm not self-aware, where I'm really annoying and talk about nerd culture all the time. But this is, this is me being real because I don't get to do that a lot with my audience. So and like I said, I feel like the realism of the character gets broken by addressing the fact it's a character. So I don't want to do that too often ever. And I keep calling it a character. It's a caricature. It's a mock version of who I am as a real person. It's not like this fake persona I've invented. It's a real persona I've modified for entertainment value. PC, thank you for the support, Tarflame. I've kept talking so much longer than I meant to, so I'm going to end the stream now. Slán go fóill gach duine, thank you so much for joining me, and bye-bye! Remember when I used to do buys like this? You might not be in here for that, Tarflame, but Jeezer certainly was. I used to go, bye-bye! For a really, really long time at the end of the video. And now I'm doing it for a really long time because when I hit stop streaming, it'll probably cut off a few seconds of what I